Hey there, guys. Computer Eve here. I'm just coming in to say a few things. First off, thank you for giving my video a chance. The Patreon is currently not set up, though. Whenever I get the time, I'm very, very busy with work right now. When I get the time, I will update that, and because trust me, I want to get started with this. Secondly, this audio coming from both the game and the uh, audio recording, the podcast of me, is in its very early stages. I'm mostly just putting this out there to see how it does. A lot of things are going to be changing, probably episode to episode, which, we'll see how that goes. And then shit, I forgot the last one. Okay, well, yeah, those two things, and yeah, thank you for your time. I hope you enjoy. Alright. So, I don't really. Hold on, let me turn this off. I am not sure what I want this project to be. I don't know. I've been telling myself for the longest time that I want to just talk with people, at the very least. And as I have been working my ass off trying to stay above the poverty line with delivery work, it's left me with a lot of time to think. And sometimes that is too much time to think, at least alone. And I think, I don't know what I expect this project to turn into, but I know at the very least, a journal of some sorts, let's put it that way. I have so many thoughts about so many things, it would surprise you. And I mean, I'm the type of person that will play devil's advocate, but still be willing to hold people accountable when they need to be held accountable. And with a mindset like that, and when you kind of default to being in the middle on the vast majority of topics, it makes me feel like I'm missing out on a core part of the equation. And I think that core part is the bias, I guess, because I've done my absolute damnedest to make sure that I try to not get biased. Like, I use Ground News, not sponsoring, but still worth mentioning. I mean, because it's Ground News. Like, I try to get both sides of every story that I can. I try my best to, you know, try not to do anything in the heat of the moment. Emotions are worst when they're at their initial moment, and I mean, I avoid conflict. You could call me a bit of a rug in that sense, a doormat. Shout out to my girl Fluttershy. But, like, I don't know. It's gotten me this far. And as it's gotten me this far, it has also kind of saved my mentality. At least considering what I've been going through recently, because the shit I've been going through recently is stupid as hell. Like, it could take me hours, plural, to explain about how, oh my god, I'm not even gonna get into it now, that's for another day. But, the point is, because of all that shit that I've had to go through, it makes my current mentality, I don't know, too central, too, it doesn't, not enough bias, I guess. It's like in the way that, shit, I don't know, you're afraid to support either side. And that fear comes from lack of, experience with interacting with that kind of entertainment in the form of, podcasting, or being able to invite other people on and discuss whatever it may be. And I think that my end goal is to be able to use this platform, because I know it's going to go up at least on YouTube, maybe Spotify if I figure that out. Things like that. I'd like to see it grow. Though I know it's going to take a while for it to do anything. That's how all podcasts work. That's how all content creation works. And God, and for content creation, man, I have been on and off 13 different, sorry, not 13, 11 different kinds of medication for a variety of reasons over the past 2 years, and those have left me, like, mentally empty after, like, all the necessary shit I have to do in a day. Like, I want to be creative. I really, really fucking do. It's just, like, the circumstances of my life currently had me in a position in which I was sitting on my ass for a year and a half, 2 years, and within that fucking time period, I tried to, like, do 3D modeling, got scammed, that scared the fuck out of me. I actually did VR chat avatar successfully. I like, picked up some small, like, hobbies that I could practice in my off time during those 2 years where I had way too much free time. And in those 2 years, holy, I got diagnosed with, like, tuberculosis. I literally finished the treatment for that yesterday. That was a 6-month treatment plan, and I'd take 2 different kinds of medication that would physically impair me. In terms of, like, stomach aches, fatigue, nausea, and on top of that, hella hard delivery job, and it's fucking, as I'm recording this, it is less than a week before Christmas. I currently have the biggest route I've ever had. Almost 400 packages that I have to deliver in the span of 8 hours? I don't know. Is that 4? Fuck, that's 50 an hour, bro. Jesus, this is gonna be a fucking tough day. But you know what? That's how it is when you're one of Santa's elves. And I don't know. At the end of the day, I think what matters is that I'm able to I'm able to trust in myself in a way that I've not really been able to before. I've come a long way to get to this point, and I'm finally starting to dig myself out of the trenches that is the lower class, and yeah, it's so stupid. I don't know. I've had to go through so much cascading, so many different cascading levels of bullshit, and man, I even went to, like, a therapist or two, and I was, like, telling them about all the, like, dumb crap that was happening, and God, dude, when you're in the depths of it, you are in the depths of it, and there is almost no one who can tell that you're in the depths of it, and that's the worst fucking part of it all. There, in my mind, it's the worst part about anxiety. The fact that I think by default, people just feel like if they have a fear about something or are hesitating to do anything, like I hesitated to record this podcast, and I mean, I want to turn into a vlog type thing, but physical limitations right now. Point of the story is, it's just kind of worth taking that jump, just doing it, I don't know. I've been super fucking nervous about recording these videos because I've just been afraid of the internet, I guess. I don't know. I grew up on the internet. I grew up in peak Gen Z territory. Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, they were my fucking idols.
I never had the access to actual software and, the level of, like, adaptability that would allow me to start pursuing a path like that. Like, up until now, I've been doing delivery work since COVID, bro. I graduated in COVID in 2020. I didn't even get a homecoming or none of that shit. My dorm flooded in during a winter freeze in 2021. That was I could go on and on and on, but I know that's not the point of this video. Point is, I feel mentally so much older than I do physically, and I'm only 23. I don't know. It's difficult to stay motivated, but at the end of the day, the big paycheck is a big fucking paycheck, and that paycheck is what's basically fueling everything. And yeah, I want to be able to use this platform as a way to just speak my thoughts, whether that be venting or whatever. I want to be able to use it as a way to maybe have specific conversations with people, or maybe I can have some important topics and some debates about it. Not customer, viewer Q&As, and yeah, I don't know. Just like having a platform where I'm able to have a presence online, I guess. I don't know. Because I've always been a lurker. And not in the, Reddit way, like, Reddit or 4chan way. I mean lurking in the sense of, I don't know, just being super hopeful for everyone and just trying to be an optimist. And seeing where we are right now, I feel like it may be time for me to make my way into the limelight if I could. Or I guess, God forbid, the internet let me. And I don't know. I'm hoping that with this podcast, I'm just hoping to get my thoughts out. Whether people agree or don't agree is, I mean, yeah, people disagree with you. That's the way of life. That's how consciousness works. No one thinks the exact same way as you. I'd say that's the best part about the human condition. And I mean, I've got a degree in sociology. I've been watching all of the crazy and stupid, sociological stuff that's been happening around me. And I've had to just kind of, let it sink in and accept the fact that it's happening and still be willing to get up every morning and tell myself that it's worth pushing through all these troubles. And I think with this delivery job, it's allowed me to, one, have a decent amount of time to think for myself, and while that can be a bad thing, it's a double-edged sword. It's a good thing as well. And I don't know. It's just worth talking about things. Whether it's because you want to learn something, or maybe you want to clear the air about something. I want to get to the point where I'm having debates with people. Debates in a casual sense. I don't think I want to be doing, I'll do my prep that I need to do, reading a book or two for an upcoming interview or something. But I mean, right now, all that I can do is just talk and see how people react. There are a lot of people that are making their way into the podcast limelight, and it's inspiring. I've myself been on shift listening to many, Alex O'Connor, Hank Green, Vsauce, etc. Specifically, Alex O'Connor just in a week, like in the last week, he interviewed Vsauce and Hank Green, and like oh, dude, I don't even know. He's been opening my mind in terms of consciousness. Wait, I don't know. Things do need to be said because everyone's view of something is different, and that is a fact of life. But I think that also means that we should do our best to try to bridge that gap, because while you'll never be able to, I guess, perfectly see eye to eye with someone, or I guess, like having, I don't know, you can be on the same brainwave as someone, but how consistently can people be, like, synced up that well? I don't know. And I think that if we're willing to give each other the chance to have conversations like that, and to be willing to talk about the hard conversations, the implications of everything, what's currently happening, what has happened, are we watching history repeat itself, etc., there's a point to it all. And I think that the point is what I like to call chaos theory, or in other words, the three-body problem. In the three-body problem, there are, I don't remember if it's a binary star system or if it's just two planets, but it's two objects revolving around each other, using each other's gravitational pull. And because there's only two of them, it is nice and consistent. It has no reason to change verticality on a certain axis. Point is, it's clean and simple. When you add that chaos aspect into the equation, the variable, that is a third planet or star or whatever it is. It can be whatever fits the situation you're applying it to. And what happens is, because of the gravitational pull of that new player in the field, everything gets put out of whack. But that doesn't have to be a bad thing. It's okay to question your own beliefs sometimes. I don't know. I'm the type of person that will always try to take something away from every conversation that I'm in, because I do think that they're that valuable. And sadly, I play the devil's advocate a lot, and I just kind of do that. I still don't really know why I do it, but I think it's because I believe that there's hope for everyone in some sense or another. Whether you have a good or bad view of someone and what they believe in, or whether or not you respect their beliefs or respect them as a person, we are all still people at the end of the day. All of us are technically the main characters of our own story. Everyone has a reason for how they got to where they are currently. And in my mind, with the right level of communication and, willingness to understand and grow as both people and socially, I think it's important that we try to cultivate whatever that specific aspect is. Whether it be changing your own views through a conversation with someone, or whether maybe I come to terms with the fact that this was nowhere near as easy as I thought it was going to be, and it all goes to shit, and I just stopped doing it like 5 episodes in. There is a genuine possibility that will happen, and I wouldn't even be surprised. Because I went into this recording being like, fuck, I gotta bite the bullet and record this. If I don't... The only thing that is blocking me from, like, being able to, do this podcast is myself. And it's the fact that It's the fear of the unknown. But the unknown doesn't always have to be scary, at least in my opinion. And sometimes, especially when it comes to this, if it's just, I say just, but wanting to put in content on the internet, even though I don't feel like I'm a creative person, and yet I still want to do creative things. I don't know the creative process right now. I'm still, I know that I'm undereducated in certain fields that I want to explore. I I have hope that I will in due time get there. It's a process, just like everything, just like getting through your day, just like recording this video, just like anything else that requires even the tiniest bit of effort, even this job that I'm on right now. But that littlest bit of effort, the one that gets you to start doing it, that's the one that matters most. And I've always told people, if they feel like they're struggling with like progressing in life, or they feel like they're stagnating, it's just baby steps. It's not super complicated. It's just a tiny bit of effort whenever you can. Of course, you don't want to burn yourself out, and that's always a bad thing. Don't hold me on that. That means more thought. But you know what I mean. Baby steps and those little bits of effort are how we get to the crazy levels that we see and we aspire to be. And I think that that is the best that we can hope for, given the circumstances that we are in right now. And with that being said, that'll be it for today's episode. I don't know how often I'll be putting out videos. We'll see. But thank you for listening to me yap for a little bit. I will be setting up, at the very least, a Patreon. So if you would like to support the channel and, be able to converse with me, interact with me, or just, show your support for me, anything's appreciated. Those will be in the links down below. And that will be it from me. You only live once, so treat everyone the way you want to be treated. Tomorrow is another day. Have a good one, everyone.